Dad set the closet. I had a closet father. He set in the closet in a box. His ashes. His ashes. For at least 12 years. And he had said to me before he died, he said, when I die, he says, take all my fishing gear and put my ashes in that and throw me out in the ocean. Well, I didn't obey him. I kept them in my closet for 12 years.
And so, and so on occasional days we would go up into the closet
and talk to Dad
and open up the tray. He didn't know this; he was out in the shop. But we would open up the tray and there'd be like this powder. It'd be like, that's my grandfather.
So one day,
back and put it up back on the shelf.
One day I decided it's time to take Dad fishing. I said, Dad, you're coming fishing today, your last fishing trip. So I put him in a box, put him in a bag, take him out fishing. So it's Wayne, which I don't.
You don't remember, I will never.
Oh, I guess you would.
I'm sorry.
So
I will never remember.
Dennis,
never
Wayne,
forget.
Bill, and me all go fishing.
Yep.
So while they're out there fishing, they're all at the back of the boat. I'm at the side of the boat, and I decided to take Pop out and let him loose. So I took Pop out.
They didn't pay any attention.
Because they didn't know it. They didn't know he was with me.
On this day,
it was time to go.
It was just time.
No,
12 years.
He wanted to go out into the Delaware Bay, right?
With his fishing gear.
With his fishing gear. You didn't have his fishing gear. No, I know
I
that.
didn't throw his
They all
fishing
had their
gear.
backs to me, so I took the box, opened up, and it's a Prince Albert.
No, it didn't.
Prince Albert.
It was a tobacco.
The can of Prince Albert?
Tobacco.
No, it
It didn't
wasn't.
say Prince Albert on it, but that's what it was.
It was a
Prince
tobacco
Albert.
can.
So I popped
Not
it up.
Prince Albert
so I
in a
start
can.
pouring the ashes out, and it's windy, so the wind is coming around, and it's blowing the ashes around the back of the boat, and it's so they said, "What are you doing?" So I said, "I'm letting my dad go."
Yeah. Well, what I remember was all of a sudden this cloud of dust coming across the boat, and dust coming into my mouth.
Oh, you ate your grandfather.
My grandfather. And so I remember this dust coming in, like, what the heck? Because in my memory, he takes the can, he doesn't, like, let it out on the side of the boat. He throws it.
No, I don't think so. I think I just.
Well, because I'm dramatizing it.
But I didn't realize the wind was catching.
Throwing it.
I didn't realize
So
the wind was
all the dust comes back this way, and we're all spitting out Charles Arnold,
my father.
into the mouth, right into the mouth, and then gone.
And all in your eyes? And
Now,
No,
my father's in you then. My father's in you.
Oh, that's good.
terrific.
That's cool.
That's Whitmanian.
Yeah.
That's
So-
Whitmanian.
That's what I remember. The departure of my grandfather was the dust, and I remember it was the dust.
Wow.
It was on Tniff, wasn't it? I mean, it had to be on Tniff.
No, I think it was on. No, it wasn't
The
on
Sea Hog?
Sea Hog.
All right, it might have been on
25-foot Grady White.
Right. So it goes on Sea Hog. The wind's blowing this way. Knucklehead blows, drops the fish. Drops Grandpa, and then Grandpa's all over us.
So on the way home, I said, "Yep." I said, 5 of us went fishing today, but only 4 of us came home.
And I remember this. I remember this, and it could have been the same day because you were out there with
beautiful.
You were out there with
Bill
Donnie
and Dennis.
and Billy, right? And then Dennis, and then
There was only four of us, I think. I didn't realize you were there.
Bill.
Bill and Dennis, his nephew. Bill was his nephew.
Either I made this up as a kid, could have happened.
You're
I imagine
traumatized.
these
You
things
are-
happen.
you need to see-
But like,
You need to.
I
seek
remember spitting my grandfather out of my mouth.
help. You need help. That's why he's traumatized.
Spitting my grandfather out of my mouth. That's what I remember. Yeah, did you ever spit your grandfather out of your mouth? No.
Charles?
Charlie.
You're Charlie, Wayne, Edward, Arnold.
No, you can't do that because my mom would not be happy.
Put Oliver in there.
I'm sorry.
Why wouldn't I think? Because we couldn't name any of your kids after Charles. Edward Charles? Yes.
After my husband. That
But
was
not after Charles. Exactly.
Not if your Uncle Charlie.
Yeah. Oh, well.
Or Uncle Charlie. I think she's
But
talking.
he's
Is that who you're
somewhere
talking
No,
inside you
he's talking
still.
about Charlie.
Well,
Let's not go there.
I'm from the gene pool.
Yeah. So
My
that was
hands,
spit my
Charles.
grandfather out of my mouth. It's going to be my first creative story if I ever write one.
Wow.
Your
serious.
friend
Spitting his
Sandy.
grandfather
Your
out of
friend-
his mouth, he walked down the stairway to. Let's see. I already got the story in my mind. He's going to a mortuary. What do they put? Grave? No. He goes and gets his
Memorial
grandfather.
plot.
What?
A memorial
A
plot?
memorial plot. He goes and gets his grandfather, and he trips over the steps. And as he's carrying the plot of his grandfather, it flops over as he trips over the steps, and the dust pops into his head.
Oh my.
Or into his mouth. It's just spitting at his grandfather.